Donald Trump is losing it as more video is surfacing from his disastrous trip to China, and overwhelmingly the response to his trip is that it was an utter failure. I want to show you some of the videos that have surfaced, but let me just show you what Trump has been doing this morning. It's been post after post after post. He says that John Brennan is a traitor. He's leading coups against me. Donald Trump's posting random videos of somebody pretending to be blind to see if people will help him out as a blind man, and when they help him out, he gives them money. Okay, weird to be posting that video today, and Trump goes, "This is so cool, watch." Shouldn't you be dealing with the Strait of Hormuz? Shouldn't you be dealing with the crashing markets right now? Shouldn't you be dealing with the fact that the American people can't afford things and are suffering right now? Oh wait, when you were in China, you said, "I don't care about the financial condition of the American people. I don't care about it one bit." He continues to make post after post this morning. House Judiciary Chairman urges the DOJ to permanently dismiss all Trump cases after a bombshell report. He attacks Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, a disloyal disaster. He attacks the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. She's a Democrat. That's a new word that Donald Trump uses, Democrat. He attacks Jack Smith and Biden, and he goes, "Biden, they're secretly setting me up. They want me arrested after my term is over. They want me arrested." Let me now show you some of these videos that are surfacing that he knows are just absolutely crushing him. So we've been hearing now from a lot of people in China what their reaction is to this visit. And they all say, wow, Xi Jinping looks so strong. And Donald Trump just looked like a cartoon. He looked like a clown. Like, how is that a serious leader? Let me show you what a lady, I could show you hundreds of clips like this. I'll just show you one clip of like what they're saying in China right now. Let's play this clip.
I honestly feel like this is nothing more than some kind of superficial performative friendliness, because in my opinion, Trump acts much more like an internet influencer than he does like an actual world leader. And honestly, sometimes the things he does really make you stop and wonder if that is how a leader ought to behave. So he's more like, to put it bluntly, he gives off a bit of an attention-seeking vibe. It just feels that way. Plus, he's a bit too focused on his own thoughts and doesn't really consider what others think.
And so other videos are surfacing as well of Donald Trump showing how he was being dominated by Xi Jinping and how he just wanted to be liked by Xi Jinping. Like this one right here. Does Donald Trump, this is what this account says, does Donald Trump think if he touches Xi enough times, they'll become best friends? Why does he keep petting him or patting him like this? It's so damn weird. Here, play this clip.
We had a great time.
Then there's this footage right here that has surfaced of Xi Jinping making Donald Trump sit on a smaller chair so that when they were next to each other, Xi Jinping would tower over him. Let me show you what this clip looks like right here. Here, let's play it.
我们今天在中南海对这个总统变成总统部长。
Meanwhile, the American people are suffering. Ground beef nears $7 a pound right now. We also got this note from Costo Kapthananis from AutoZone. Here's a memo that he received. He's in the industry. AutoZone writes, "We're facing the largest supply shortage of lubricating fluids in the modern history of America. Realistic middle-of-the-road estimates are for our average available supply in this category to drop 40%. And even Donald Trump's former right-wing podcast bros, they're out there and they're like, dude, this guy is the worst. I mean, you have Andrew Schultz and you have just all these people on their shows now. They're like, Donald, how do you support? Y'all supported this guy. What are you talking about? You had him on your show. But watch what they're saying right now. Here, let's play this clip.
At this point, you're retarded. I'm sorry. Literally, permanent war, Epstein files. This is...
He literally said this week, he doesn't care about American people's financial situation.
I saw that shit.
All he cares about is that Iran don't have no nuclear weapons. What the fuck, yo? Since when can a president multitask? Since when can a president, make sure Iran don't have nuclear weapons, but also care about the promise that you said won you the election? You told us that you won the election because of one word, groceries, and you said you was going to fix the economy on day one.
I mean,
You don't give a fuck about America's financial
he can care
situation?
about Iran and Gulf, but he can't care about Iran and if Americans can afford to put food in their mouths. Nah, dude.
Just to show you how weak Donald Trump looked, I just want to share this with you right here. Donald Trump bragging that President Xi said, America is a nation in decline. And Trump's like, yes, Xi, we are in decline. Here, play this clip.
Destroying our country, and we have to stop. And you know, President Xi said something yesterday. He talked about, and he wasn't referring to the last 15 months, he talked about America's a nation in decline. And I said, you're right. But he wasn't talking about, because he said what you've done in 14, 15 months is a miracle.
Now, Taiwan had to issue a statement after Donald Trump attacked the core of Taiwan's independence. Donald Trump said, whatever they want to call themselves, I'm not even sure we're going to give weapons to them. Why would we help them? They're 9,500 miles away. They're a small island. They're next to a big country, a big, powerful country with Xi Jinping. Why would we help them out at all? So Donald Trump went from a strategic ambiguity to basically full surrender. So here's what Taiwan had to post this morning. Taiwan has said that it is an independent nation after Donald Trump basically said, I'm not going to help you. And let's take a look at the specific language that they use. Taiwan is a sovereign and independent democratic nation and is not subordinate to the People's Republic of China. That's what Taiwan's foreign minister said in a statement in response to Donald Trump saying, I'm not looking to have somebody go independent and we're supposed to travel 9,500 miles to fight a war. I'm not looking to do that. I want them to cool down. I want China to cool down. Donald Trump's strategy, as it was with Ukraine, is whoever Donald Trump perceives to be weaker, he wants them to lose. He wants to force them to surrender, because rather than actually deal with difficult issues, he'll just try to force the weaker party into surrender, regardless of America's long-term interests and what America's geopolitical interests are. And he'll just go with whoever he thinks is more powerful without even recognizing the dynamics. And he's utterly weak, as we see with Iran controlling the Strait of Hormuz. And now Iran's put out other statements this morning, right after Donald Trump's disastrous trip to China. Iran's putting out additional statements about its control over the Strait of Hormuz and how it will be handling toll payments, how it is asserting its sovereignty over it. And so Iran shows no sign at all of backing down. If anything, Iran is further asserting its control and warning anyone else associated with the United States that you're not going to be able to ever get through the Strait of Hormuz. And from what we've heard too, Xi Jinping recognized a new security architecture in the Middle East, that Iran has sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran allowed Chinese ships to get through the Strait of Hormuz. No other ships are really able to get through, other than if you're allied with Iran. I want to show you these three powerful statements right here. Nicholas Burns, who was the former ambassador to China under Biden, he goes, I thought it was a mistake for President Trump to do this. You didn't see Xi Jinping reciprocate this kind of elaborate, over-the-top praise for President Trump. He stuck to his issues. I thought it made us look weak as a country. Philip O'Brien writes, it's amazing how little the press is willing to dissect U.S. decline under Trump. The U.S. got no help with Iran, was scolded on Taiwan by Xi, says it got a small Boeing deal, but China has not even confirmed this. And Trump appeased on Chinese students, microchips, also I'll add, on Chinese ownership of American farms. Xi even insulted the U.S. power to Donald Trump's face. And yet, the media is reporting this as a modestly successful event. It was a strategic failure by the U.S. and marks a notable moment in U.S. decline. John Simpson, quoting Frieder Frankopin, says, Donald Trump allowed himself to be outplayed in China, according to academic and author Peter Frankopin. From accepting a lower seat beside Xi Jinping to showing gratitude and respect to him, Trump acted like a humble number two, just what Xi wanted him to portray. Poor preparation, lack of expertise, the total conviction that business deals are the way to do foreign policy. all play a part in what will go down one day as a set piece for how not to do a summit. That's for sure. How not to do a summit. Also, Phil Gordon writes, so it's hard to square Rubio's insistent that Taiwan policy is unchanged with Trump implying the 1982 assurances have expired that the U.S. will never negotiate about arms deals with China about Taiwan. Donald Trump's willingness to discuss arms deals in great detail with Beijing, and his overall tone of a disloyal Taiwan that wouldn't be worth defending. Those shifts are more significant than the change in declaratory policy that he didn't make, right? It's just like, listen to what the guy is saying. Listen to what he's saying. And that's what we're doing here at the MeidasTouch Network, just so you can hear for yourself. Here's actually what Donald Trump said. Let's play it.
$12 billion, it's a lot of weapons. But, you know, when you look at the odds, China's a very, very powerful, big country. That's a very small island. It's, you think of it, it's 59 miles away, 59 miles. We're 9,500 miles away. That's a little bit of a difficult problem. With all of that being said, you know, if you look at the history of Taiwan, Taiwan was developed because we had presidents that didn't know what the hell they were doing. Because if they would have put tariffs on chips coming in, they would have never left. Everything was about Intel, and everything was about our chip companies. They stole our chip industry. So I've said that for years. I said, you know, for years they stole our chip. If we would have had one of our presidents just say, we're going to put 100% chip. You can leave, you can build in Taiwan, but you sell it back into the United States. We're going to put 100% or 200% tariff. We would have never lost a chip. We lost the chip industry. It's all coming back. And I do say this, Taiwan would be very smart to cool it a little bit. China would be very smart to cool it a little bit. They ought to both cool it.
On AI.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. And thanks for watching, everybody.
New Meidas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.meidastouch.com.